All right, welcome to Wise Up on Air. I'm Damian Kaspauer, product manager here at Audio Kinetic. I'm so excited to be landing here this week talking about tools built by the community to bridge the gap between Wise and developer workflows. And we're just getting started over here, but stick around as we get ready for the Wise 2026.1 Summer of Beta. We'll be kicking off with Beta 1 later this month, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we're welcoming community member Guido Fazzito to the Community Tools Spotlight. Guido, welcome to the live stream. Hey.
Hello, Damian. How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you again. Always a pleasure to have you on as a guest and see you in the chat.
Hey, yeah, I'm also really happy to be here. And there are a lot of stuff that I need to talk to you about the Faust2Wwise integration. So yeah, I can't wait to start. Just give me, and I'll start.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Okay, well, welcome to the Community Tools Spotlight. Thanks a lot, Audio Kinetic, for having me. So I'm gonna talk about Faust2Wwise. But let's start with Faust. So what is Faust? For those who don't know, Faust is an open source audio programming language, specifically for audio, and it has three big things. First one is that it has the simplicity of Python. The second is that it has the power and the speed of C++. And the third one, which is the interesting part, is that it has a compiler. And the compiler allows to translate any Faust code into a wide variety of languages, being like BST, C++, Rust, MaxMSP, Pure Data, SuperCollider, etc. And with a team, we develop a Faust2Wwise compiler. And Faust has been using in lots of commercial applications, mostly for audio specific, like plugin domain in the DAW. There are some examples for automotive, but if you can say me like, hey Guido, say me like one game example that has been shipped with Faust, I can say, hey, my good friends at Gearbox made at the latest game SoundCon, they made a presentation about dynamic dialogue processing where they used Faust. So hell, how about I tell you, like, you want an example? How about Borderlands 4 that has been shipped with Faust?
Yeah.
So that's quite something. So if you want a motivation, I think that here is a good one. So the integration with Wise, it's like a simple command line tool that you can use it in the command prompt. And it generates all the plugin. It was developed at the Google Summer of Code by Melissa Pascalis, me, and Stefan Letts. And the idea is to bridge the gap between Faust and Wise C++ plugin creations, because for those who try to develop a plugin in Wise, you know how hard it is because there's a lot of manual stuff involved. So we automated everything just for you to create the plugin in Faust and yeah, be happy and creative without needing to focus on the more technical and yeah, and the difficult aspect. It comes with a lot of features. There are some limitations, but mostly everything that it's available in Faust, you can use it in Wise. So there's only a special mention on people on macOS. Check the official documentation with Wise authoring plugins, because there are some considerations. There are three simple steps. You code the plugin in Faust, then you compile it, and then the third step is you enjoy the fruits of the compiler, deployed the plugin in Wise automatically just there for you to use it. So where should you start? In the online IDE. Yes, Faust comes with an online IDE. You can check. I think the Audiokinetic team will leave the link to the IDE for you to check it. And there you can go into the examples folder. There are lots of different examples. There's one for game audio, but there are lots of different examples of how Faust is being used. So go there. There's a quick start in the web of Faust. There's a pop-up help on each block, which shows you how to use the parameters and what it's needed in order for the block to function. There are lots of libraries. Faust comes with a very big library to use. And there's, for those who want to go into the deepness, there's the documentation.
Guido, take me back to the
uh,
IDE for a second, because like I want to be
Yes.
like, IDE is a kind of technical term, but really this is just a browser-based environment for creating, previewing, and auditioning your plugin. So you can put audio into it, you can push it through the different libraries that you surface there, so you can build your plugin in this browser-based application and really, you know, design the effect that you want to leverage at runtime.
Yeah, well, as you said, Damien, like you went ahead of me, so now we can jump around.
Yeah.
We can sneak into the IDE. So I have
Love
the
it.
IDE here. So when you, this is welcome to the Faust IDE. There are lots of stuff. But the first thing that you would see when the first time you open it, you will see something like this, and you can see that there are only 2 lines of code on Faust. In fact, let's go straight into the implementation. So I have this code, which is import the Faust libraries, and it has the process, which is the same as main in C++, which is like, hey, do this stuff. It's via pulsen, which is a pulse that is going into this, the Jambi, which is an instrument using a physical modeling, and then it's going into here a freeverb. So it's basically an instrument. So let's click run. Okay. Do we have sound?
Sound is working, I hear it.
So it's the Jambi. I control the wet. More damp. Less damp. More room. More stereo spread. Less. Okay. We have the analyzer, so you can see what's happening. We can click here for switching into oscilloscope or spectrogram. And well, there's sound. Okay, we have the plugin working. Now I want it into Wise. Can I do the magic, Damien?
Yeah,
do you allow me?
Do the magic.
Right, well, I'm gonna click in export. I'm gonna tilt the Jambi like this. So platform. Okay, if you click here, you can see all the different platforms. I just want the source. I'm gonna click compile. I'm gonna download. And I'm gonna go into the AK live stream. Okay, I'm gonna name this the Jambi.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go into the Jambi. All right, I'm into here. I'm gonna extract. Okay, we have 2 files. One is the TXT, which is the code in C++. You don't want that. No, don't look at it. I don't want you to scare. So we have the code here. It's the same as the IDE with the simple name, like it has the file name and the name there. It's just that. So I'm gonna go into the command prompt. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna type CMD. Again, CMD, command prompt. And I'm gonna type Faust2Wwise. And I'm gonna name this the Jambi DSP. I'm gonna click enter. Faust2Wwise tool is gonna start doing its magic.
Come on, how cool does that feel when you get that all going?
No, you cannot understand the coolness when you see Faust2Wwise conversion complete. So you have the Jambi generated plugin. It's a source plugin, which means that it does not have any inputs, but it has outputs. So it's a source generator plugin. I'm not gonna go more deep into that. Just this is for you to know. So, and it's built into Wwise 2024. Author and release the Jambi plugins. Okay, let's open Wwise. So I have Wise here, aka Faust example. So let's check it. I have Faust here, static compilation. So I'm gonna go into source. And here it is. Oh my god, Damien!
It's
Is
magic.
this for real? No, I need to check it.
Let's hear it.
All
Audio.
right.
Yeah, all right.
It's here.
It's working.
Yeah, nothing more to say. So
Okay.
this is Faust2Wise in action. As it is, you create the plugin in Faust with only 2 lines. You put it, you export the plugin, you run the command, and then bam, the plugin is done.
Amazing.
This is for. So now that you've seen in action, I'm gonna explain a bit what's happening here in the IDE. So as I said, you have the this is the Faust language, okay, which is very similar to Python. You have we are importing the libraries from which is called standard Faust. It comes with all the libraries that are available in Faust. There are lots of libraries, and you have the pulse, which is a pulse of a pulse length as a number of samples. So you're sending a pulse of a number of samples, which is 1. You're sending a pulse of 1 sample with the period of 10,000 samples. Okay, and then it's connected through this instrument, which is called the djembe, as it is. So you have the frequency, the strike position, the sharpness, the gain, and the trigger, and then it's going into the freeverb. And this is the same of this diagram. You have the process, and it's the process here. So you can see how it's everything connected. And this symbol refers to this arrow. This means this. Okay, this pulse, it's connecting into the djembe. And then we have this. That means that the signal is splitting, and we are making here the signal from mono into stereo. And you can also click into these boxes, and you will see how the box are made of. Because in the end, it's just ones and zeros. So you can start clicking and getting deeper and deeper and deeper into how Faust is made. So you can click and you see that it's simply like, it's 1 going into memory that it's summing up. We have a modulo, and the rest it's going again. So we're doing a feedback, and when the feedback it's more than 1, then it outputs a 1. It's as simple as that.
Exact. Okay, so Guido, again, if I wrap this up,
yes,
what you were saying there is, and I think you were about to show it. You have this trigger that is triggering the wave file of the djembe sound. Then it's splitting it into stereo so that it can run through that reverb, and then and you get all of the controls there exported as part of this source plugin. So this plugin is a sound generating plugin that then arrives in Wwise and makes sound, or triggers that audio file that is wrapped up in the source plugin.
Exactly.
Perfect.
It's just like that. And say like, okay, I need this to have I would like to have the periodicity to be dynamic. Like instead of having the pulse of being 10,000, I want to make it dynamic. So I'm gonna create like let's call it period. I'm gonna say I want an horizontal slider that is called period. Period. It's gonna start at 10,000.
Yep.
The minimum number will be I don't know, 2,000. The maximum number will be 20,000, and it's gonna be a step of 1. And instead of this, I'm gonna call this. It's gonna be here. So
Stefan Let's in the chat, the djembe is a pure physical model, so not an audio file but a physical model. Does that sound right?
Because it's inside this. as it says, it's inside this PM.
Great.
PM stands for physical modeling.
Great.
And if you want more information, you can go straight down here, go
Cool.
into details, and it will open the physical modeling going into the Djambi. You have the physical modeling,
Amazing.
and you have all the different physical models.
Cool.
You have string segments, over strings, line strings, all of this.
Amazing.
For you to explore.
Yeah.
So getting back, now I made the period here. So now if I turn it again, I have the period here. Down here.
Yep.
Okay. So
Awesome.
let's do it again. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Djambi v2, compile it, download the Djambi v2. Let's go here.
Yep.
I'm gonna delete it just in case.
Yep.
Extract here. Copy the name. Do I have Wwise open? No. So I'm gonna type CMD, command prompt, Faust2Wwise, the Djambi v2.
Yeah, do it.
Magic. And this is, you'll see all these files, and it's done. Nice.
Great.
So these files are for making, for those who made the plugins in Wwise. You have here the how Wwise is built. We are taking the template that is provided with Audiokinetic, and then we are building the plugin on top of it. You
Perfect.
have the Sound Engine plugin, the Wwise plugin, the solutions, the pre-make. We are doing all the steps that are required to make a plugin, but we are doing it automatically. So okay, let's open Wwise. Not the command prompt, Wwise. And let's open Wwise. And now we have the Djambi v2.
Yeah.
And we have it here.
It's just that
like
easy.
that.
Wow.
Is that easy, Damian?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
easy. I love it.
No,
I love it.
This should be a trick.
Interactive audio, dynamic. Bring it, Guido.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is the source plugin, and you could tell me, okay, well, what about an effect plugin? Okay, let's get into that with a practical example. Because as a Wwise user, I've been requesting to have a comp filtering since Wwise 2015. I need a comp filter. But now I can say, screw it, I'll do it. And
yeah.
Now we have a simple filtering. Again, you can see this, how easy and simple it is. You're having 5 lines of code.
Bam.
5 lines of code, you have a plugin. So again, we are saying importing standard Faust library. We are setting a max delay because it's a constant. I'm saying I'm putting it into capital letters. I'm having a slider, which is the delay, which coming from 0. It's starting at 0. It has a minimum value of 0, max delay, and it's going through. I'm smoothing the signal, just not to be too quick the change. And then I having a noise, turning it down a bit, and then going through a comp filtering. Okay, and then making it stereo. And you can see it here. I have the noise, turning it down through the comp filtering, and yeah, let's see it in action. Hopefully it's not that loud. And you can see here the comp filter in action. Okay?
Sounds great.
We have it. So I'm gonna move this and have this prepared. So I'm gonna export this. This
Great.
is just the comp filter without the noise. It's simply as that.
Yep.
So I'm gonna again click export. I'm gonna put comp filter source. I'm gonna compile, download.
And that's all ready to receive audio as a plugin so that it can just take in the source in Wwise.
Yes, exactly. We are, a little parenthesis, we're working to have Wwise inside here, inside the platform. Faust. Like, for
Okay.
example, when you are choosing, you say, oh, I want it to be not Windows, nor Rust, to be Wise. And you click it, and you just simply download the plugin, done.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I think that this is a very good workaround. Like,
Yeah.
you can have it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's great.
So again, I'm going to delete this just for the sake of clarity. WinRAR, extract here. I have the comp filter. I'm going to select the name. Check here, command prompt. No, oh, I want to close this. CMD, MD. Gonna type Faust2Wise, the name of the comp filter. Creating the files. Faust2Wise conversion completed. Check this. Plugin type, it's an effect. Why? Because we have inputs, okay? We have the inputs and the outputs. So, well, let's check it in Wise.
Yeah.
Let's open it. And now I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna add a tone generator. I'm gonna put the white noise. I'm gonna turn it way down. In the effects, there's here the comp filter. And
Great.
here's the default. I'm gonna check here the comp filter. And if I click play, here you have it, a comp filter.
Amazing.
This is very used for like rocket launchers or for spaceships that come around you and you have it near you and then come around. This is acoustic stuff for acoustic people, but this is the comp filter used. And this is interesting. This is something to point out. You can see that compared to the Djambi, if you see here, the Djambi does not have the parameters to be RTPCable or to be changed or modified by states. But this comp filter, yes. And why is that? Because this setup. We said in the comp filter, in the slider, we say delay, and we explicitly say RTPC, it's additive. I'm not gonna go deeper into this. This is into the audiokinetic documentation on building plugins, but you can have, you can define how the parameters behave within the RTPCs and the states. You can have it to be additive, exclusive, multiplied it, I think, and some more. But we just made it available for you because maybe you just want to have a fixed value and that's fine, but you want to have your parameters to be RTPCable and that's fine too.
Yeah,
so you have it there.
And in your rocket ship example, like tying that RTPC to the distance of the rocket to the listener, you get automatic comb filtering as that rocket takes off and launches away from you. And I think that is awesome.
Indeed. And for example, say like, okay, I like the comb filtering, but I want more filters because I'm a very thirsty person and I want filters and filters and filters. Well, you go into the pop-up and you say, okay, this is a forward comb filter. You go into the details. Okay, and you have all these crazy different types of filters.
Wow.
That are very easily implemented. Like this is the source, for example, here. No, this is a river. Well, again, we have rivers also. We have all pass filters. We have filters for what you want.
Wow.
And this is for you. This is all the libraries available within this. When you type a standard Faust library, you are incorporating all these different types of modules. So you just be free and be happy. And when you have a plugin that works for you, you compile it in Wise, and that's it. And the nice thing about Faust is that, again, you can export it like here as if I have it here, for example, Windows 64, and I will export it as a VST. So you can export a Faust plugin as a VST plugin, use it in your DAW, for example, create your own sound effects, export those sound effects into Wwise, and now you can say, okay, but how about having the same plugin that I've used into the DAW, into Wwise, and now you can do it. You can export your workflow right into Wwise, as it is. So more power to the user.
Awesome.
Okay, I thought that my connection was lost. Okay, so how about time? 5 minutes. Okay, let's recap here. So where to start? In the Faust Online ID, there's the quick start, there's the pop-up, there are the libraries, the documentation. Where should you start? Well, you need to, in order to get the Faust2Wise, you need to download Faust, which is available into the repository. You download the package available to your operating system, and that's it. Okay.
Bam.
One small little tip that we are currently working on, just to give you a small hint. If you see here, you can say, okay, but the Gearbox friends have this slide, like they have, it seems like they have Faust incorporated into Wwise. Oh, they moved. They have Faust incorporated into Wwise, like
there's code in Wwise in that plugin.
Coded. Well, that's because Faust has, what I've been showing you is the static compilation, but Faust has a dynamic interpreter that can take the Faust code and then translate it automatically into a code or into a plugin. So I'm gonna show you that. You can say, can you have Faust inside Wwise? And my answer is yes, you can have Faust inside Wwise.
Wow.
And I have here, example, here, the same. Import standard Faust, declare the dynamic. You have the Pulsant, the djembe, the reverb. We can preview it, so I'll click preview. You will have the window with the different setups. I'm gonna click play to check the plugin in action. Okay. More room, less room. I'm gonna stop it. And yeah,
amazing. So that brings the development environment into the plugin in Wwise so that you can iterate on it as part of your Wwise workflow until you're ready to, generate your sound banks and get it in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Like you have it here, you can preview it, you can incorporate the audio because maybe you have your sounds in Wwise, so you can select the sounds from Wwise to get into Faust to create the effects that you want. And when you are done, you click build. It will open the command prompt.
Yep.
And say, okay, building in elevated mode. You sit, you drink a mate maybe, and it says plugin built successfully. All right, plugin location, the djembe dynamic. Okay, let's hit okay. Here, in order for Wwise to load the plugins, you need to close and open it again. So I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
Do you want to save a project? No, I'm not want to save my project. I'm gonna go again into the Faust example. Because I've created a plugin that only contains outputs, then it's a source plugin. So I'm gonna add the source, and here it is, the djembe dynamic from the dynamic interpreter. And here it is.
Amazing. Wow.
So
that's great. I'll throw this description in from Stefan. Interpreter bytecode VM running in the plugin. Slower than statically compiled code, but fast enough to prototype. I think this is a great extension of the Faust2Wwise compiler. Guido, this is not available yet. You're still in the process of this.
We almost have it. It's not right now. If you download Faust, it will come with the static compilation. But as you can see it here, it's running and operating great. We just need some small tweaks just to make sure everything works fine, and it will be shipped in the next Faust iteration.
Amazing. Wow.
So Yeah, and well, and here this is the I left you everything prepared for you. What's the next step? For example, you can say you can go into the Gearbox presentation and say, hey, what's the plugin that they made? Let's we could recreate it, because I see here that there's dry wet, there's some EQ, there's a flanger, there's some filtering. What about recreating the plugin from Borderlands into here, or start making your own, or saying like, wait, why don't I recreate the plugins that I like into Wise? The options are infinite, so it's up to you to create and start exploring.
Amazing.
And
We
that's
dropped the link for the Borderlands 4 talk into the chat here. You can jump into their deep dive into how they use Faust in Borderlands 4 as part of their dialogue processing pipeline at runtime. So if you've been looking for use cases for DSP at runtime, extending beyond what Wise provides as part of the plugins, this is a great place to dig in, and then get your hands on Faust2Wise. Jump into that development environment, start messing around, push sounds and things through that pipeline. There's a ton here for you to explore. Guido, Stefan, and team, thanks so much for bringing this to the Wise developer workflows. It's great to have you here at adding value to developers out there trying to do cool stuff at runtime with DSP.
Thanks to you, Damian, and thanks for providing this space and time. And I hope that the game audio folks come to and start experimenting with the Faust2Wise compiler and start creating their own plugins. And I can't wait to see what they create.
Amazing. Okay, folks, so dig in. We're going to be back here every day this week with more community tools. Guido, we'll see you soon. Thanks again. And we'll see you next time, folks. Take care.